Hello everyone and welcome to English Steps. I am Usama Walid and today's lesson is about prefixes. In today's lesson, we're going to learn the meaning of prefixes, prefixes with the meaning not, verb prefixes, and prefixes with specific meanings. According to Oxford English Dictionary, a prefix is a word or a group of letters that you put at the beginning of a word to change its meaning. Here are some common examples in English. The prefix X, which is usually used with nouns, it means former. For example, ex-wife, ex-president. The prefix half means 50% of something. For example, half price, half hour. The prefixes in and im are usually used with adjectives and they mean not. For example, incorrect, impossible. The prefix none is usually used with adjectives or nouns and it means not. For example, non-smoking. The prefix pre means before. For example, preschool. And the prefix re, which is usually used with verbs, means again. For example, restart, rewrite. The prefix un can be used with adjectives or verbs, and it means not. For example, unhappy, unsafe. Let's take some examples to clarify these prefixes. An ex-wife is a wife who is now divorced. President Obama is an ex-president of the USA. A half-hour journey is a journey of 30 minutes. Informal clothes are clothes like jeans and trainers. It is impossible to read with your eyes closed. A non-smoking room is a room where people may not smoke. Preschool children are children who are still too young to go to school. To redo something is to do it a second time, and to rewrite something is to write it a second time. Unsafe means dangerous, and it is the opposite of safe. Now, let's move on to talk about prefixes with the meaning not. In English, there are around 5 common prefixes with the meaning not. Un, il, ir, in, and dis. These prefixes are often used to give adjectives a negative meaning, and sometimes they can be used with nouns or verbs. For example, happy, unhappy, correct, incorrect, possible, impossible, like as a verb, dislike, legal, illegal, regular, irregular. Let's go deeper and study this table together. The prefix un is used with many different words. For example, unfriendly, unable, unemployed, untidy. The prefix im is used before some words beginning with m or p. For example, impolite, immature. The prefix il is used before some words beginning with l. For example, illegible, illegible. The word is legible, the opposite is illegible, which means something that cannot be read because the writing is very bad. The prefix ir is only used with some words beginning with r. For example, irregular, irresponsible. In English, we have regular verbs and irregular verbs. The prefix dis is used before some adjectives and a few verbs. An example about an adjective, dishonest, which is the opposite of honest. As a verb, we have the verb like and agree. If you want to make it the opposite, dislike, disagree. The prefix in is used before a limited number of words. For example, invisible, which means something that cannot be seen, inactive, which means doing nothing or not active. And now let's talk about verb prefixes. In English, there are two common verb prefixes, un and dis. These prefixes have two meanings. They can be used to give a negative meaning, as mentioned before, but they can also mean the opposite of an action or to reverse an action. This meaning is used with certain verbs. Let's take some examples together. I locked the door when I left, but I lost the key, so I couldn't unlock it when I got back. The second example about the verb pack. The verb pack means to put everything in the suitcase, for example. And the opposite of this verb is unpack, which means to take everything out. So in this sentence, I had to pack my suitcase very quickly. So when I unpacked at the hotel, most of my clothes looked terrible. The third example, the plane appeared in the sky, then suddenly disappeared behind a cloud. The last group in today's lesson, prefixes with specific meanings. For example, the prefix re, which means again, the prefix over, it means too much, and the prefix miss means badly or incorrectly. For example, my homework wasn't good, so I had to redo it. I failed my exam, but I can retake it next month. She went upstairs and did not reappear until morning. The man in the post office overcharged me by 50p. When you oversleep, you sleep longer than you should have done. I am sorry, you have been misinformed. One of the students misread the second question. We notice in the third example, reappear. So the verb appear can be used with more than one prefix. In the previous page, we used appear with dis to make it the opposite, disappear. But now the meaning is to do something again, reappear. But keep in mind, there are many words in English that begin with re, but it is part of the word itself. I mean, it is not a prefix. For example, read, realize, region, reason. If you want to check your understanding of today's lesson, click on the link below and do the quiz. Thanks very much for watching this English step. I hope that this was useful for you. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comment section of this video. And also please be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. Goodbye.